Oh, I never noticed those up there. Huh. Okay, that's cool. Hey everybody, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, one and all. Welcome back to the new Galaxy Gamers channel, and welcome back to a Carpathian farm right here. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all having a safe, successful, and wonderful week this week. I know I am. We had a little bit of a power outage, we had a little bit of a power outage yesterday morning. A brief one for about an hour. We're going to have another one, or not yesterday morning, but on Monday morning. We're going to have another power outage tomorrow morning for a couple hours while they finish up the maintenance and upgrades on the electrical network here locally. So hopefully tomorrow's, for those of you who watch Space Engineers, the Space Engineers series, hopefully tomorrow's episode will not arrive late, but if it does, it is because of it's just because of the ongoing upgrades to the electrical network in the area, which I don't have control over. But hopefully that won't be the case. Anyway, as you remember last time we left off, oh yeah, first of all, before I get to that, it's great to have you here. If you are new to the channel, welcome aboard. If you are a returning member, welcome back to you as well. It's great to have you all here, and I enjoy interacting with you all through the comments and all that good stuff. And I do appreciate your comments, ideas, suggestions, and feedback and all that great stuff, as long as it is constructive and it is not trying to tear people down or anything like that. It's great. Constructive comments and constructive feedback are always helpful, and I always enjoy learning from y'all. That being said, as usual, all our usual disclaimers are in the description of this wonderful video, so I don't have to keep saying them. Now, you know, I was looking up here when we started, when you joined in, and I never noticed those up there. So that's actually pretty cool. I never noticed them all this time. Anyway, as you remember last time, we were mulching this field. We got all the corn harvest done. Now we got to get all the mulching done. So I say we get right to it. Let's grab our coffee, our donuts, our bagels, our egg McMuffins, our sausage, egg, and cheese biscuits, or whatever it might be from our favorite local mom and pop coffee shop, and let's get cracking. All right. So as you remember, we were mulching this. We're going to have to come back and fix up the around the power lines. We knew we were going to have to do that, so I mean, it's not much I can do about that. It's kind of fun actually looking out the back of this tractor. Yeah. So yeah, yesterday, Monday, they didn't shut the power off Monday because of a storm, so it was actually yesterday. I take that back. It was a brief outage for about an hour. There'll be another one tomorrow, while they try to finish up the upgrades to the electrical network here, before the snow really does set in for the winter. So they're trying to get everything done. You know how that is. Trying to get everything you can get done, completed before the winter. It's one of those things. Let's see. What else? as you know, we're going to be going to Farming Simulator 25 soon. So when we do, just a quick note for that, when we do go to Farming Simulator 25, the Carpathian Farm series will probably end at that point, and Farming Simulator 22 will go into archive with all the mods for Farming Simulator 22. But I will keep the game, obviously, in archive and everything in case we want to go back to it and all that good stuff. I do actually have Farming Simulator 19 already archived with the map I would prefer to play on that series too, on Farming Simulator 19 too, which, as you all know, is County Lines. And I really do hope the author of the County Lines map, the real author, comes back. And I hope they will upgrade County Lines to work in Farming Simulator 25. That would be really cool. And I know I love my coffee in the morning. I can't get enough of it, guys. I love coffee. Wakes me up, gets me going. Yeah, it's a nice tractor, though. I did see some of the videos coming out for Farming Simulator 25, and I can't wait to actually get into that game and version of the game and play around with it, because that kind of looks cool. And I'm pretty sure a lot of my go-to brands are going to be in there for equipment and things like that, so. So as you remember, once we get this field mulched, we do got to get around the pylons here, and then we'll go and mulch the other field and get it ready to go. And yes, hopefully Dusty will be a returning member of our group in Farming Simulator 25. I really hope he does. I'm pretty sure he'll make a return entrance, though. I'm pretty sure he will. So many different games coming out, this is the time of year that new games tend to come out. They like to get them out before the Christmas holidays and whatnot. So this is the time of year they generally like to try to get them out. A lot of these big named game studios and publishers, they like to try to get a lot of these games out as quickly as they can. You know, as close to Christmas as they can, because it'll have the best effect. So that's why you see a lot of games release in October through December. And I understand that there's likely going to be a good sized announcement coming out from Keen Salterhouse. Everybody pretty much at this point expects that there will be a Space Engineers 2.0. There's no doubt in my. I mean, with them upgrading the V-Rage engine to V-Rage 3.0, there's no doubt in my mind that that is going to be the case. I think it would probably be harder for as a software developer, I can say it probably will be harder for them to upgrade the current space engineers to work on V-Rage 3. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure they're probably there's gonna be a Space Engineers 2. Maybe there'll be a Medieval Engineers 2. I don't know. Maybe. That'd be cool if they brought Medieval Engineers back. But at last count, the Keen Software House started out as a 5-person development group, and they now, I guess, have about 79 employees, 79 members of their team at this point, which is really cool. It's good to see Merrick having success there. And I apologize for the audio, cutting in and out like that. Really wish that would stop happening. But it is what it is. Do not know what causes that. Although I do have my suspicions. I do have my suspicions. Alright, we're getting close to this other pylon, so... So the goal today will be to get this field finished up, get the pylons cleared, hopefully get the other field finished, as well as far as mulching. We'll probably do the plowing by hand just because of these, just because we know there's going to be these pylons in this field. Birds coming up off the field. So at least anyway, I should be able to get all my stuff taken care of tomorrow after the outage. Get my printers back online and everything. There we go. So, will it be... Where will that point be? I'm just trying to figure out now where the point will be where we have problems. Getting close to that pylon though, so it shouldn't be too far off. So they are saying at least it will be warm for me tomorrow, where I live. And then after that, it's going to cool right down. But we've been having that this fall a lot. Warm weather, then cold weather, then warm weather. Just keeps constantly changing. But that's usually what fall is like around here. So for tomorrow night, I also do just because I care about people. I don't go trick-or-treating myself, and I certainly don't give out candy or anything. So if you happen to be in my local area, then that's one less door for you to stop at. But just as a public service announcement, for those going out tomorrow night trick-or-treating, and for parents, always be careful about and make sure you check what's in the bag. Know whose door you're stopping at. If there's somebody that tends to do things that are nefarious or potentially illegal or anything like that, it's better to stay clear of those homes. I'm not saying anybody does anything illegal, by the way. But, just be safe. Use your caution. Follow your instinct. If you listen to your instinct, you'll be safe. And for kids out there, please listen to your parents. Please, be safe. And always check those bags of candy that you bring home at the end of the night. You never know what you might find. Hopefully, all you find is candy. Genuine candy. Maybe an apple, depending on whose store you're stopping at. Always wiser to be careful. As we get closer to that pylon each pass. Now, hopefully they'll have fixed the corn harvesting, the textures for crops that need harvest are ready for harvest in FS25. And the ground texture on the field when the field's been harvested. That way, you know, because the contrast for some of the textures for a harvested field, like this one in the corn harvest, it's kind of hard to tell where the mulching needs to be. It has been done and where it needs to be done still. So hopefully they'll have corrected that. I kind of have an idea if I'm looking at it this way. I can kind of tell just by looking at the, by using this camera view to look at the clock, at the ground. But my point is, sometimes that's not so easy, so. So hopefully they'll have corrected that, though. Maybe. So we're almost done though, because we're here and that pylon, yeah, we're almost done. I might do. We grab the plow. Let's see, where did I put the plow is the next question. Oh, I put the plow away, didn't I? Huh. How funny. Yep, I did. I did. I thought I was being smart. I didn't think I forgot about the corn harvest, apparently. There we go. One thing we can do is we can get started, I guess, with the plowing. That crop of grass is coming in good. And I'm just going to turn the work lights of the tractor on just so that I can see what I'm doing. Just so that I can see the contrast in the texture. And we'll get started. And we knew it was going to have to be plowed anyway, so I don't want to get the stone off the field. So we're going to lime the field next after we plow, and then we'll take the stone off the field. Back up here. Lower the plow. This way we're getting stuff done. There we go. No, I'm not too worried. We'll come back and plow the edge of the field, so that I'm not worried about. But, you know, hanging out on the farm does kind of give you a peace of mind. Right? This is peaceful. And we're getting stuff done. You know what they say? A farmer's job is never done. And I can tell you that firsthand. We're already doing good, right? There we go. That's one way to actually make sure we're on the right track and even. Now, going from the mulched texture to the plowed texture, that's easy to tell. That's the easy part to tell. Let's get ourselves lined right back up. We just got to be careful that we don't plow anything that's already mulched, that hasn't been mulched yet. But once it gets to the, once the mulching gets to the, past the pylon there, which should just be about, it will not take long for it will not take it long, the mulching to be done on this field. That won't take all that long. And then it's just a matter of finishing the plowing on this field. But this way we get multiple things done. Because I would like to have all of this done. But, well, that's probably not going to happen. And I think I said I was going to finish up mulching this field off camera, but, well, with all the work going on here, you can imagine. I'm sure. we go. That one bounced. All right, let me see where that other tractor is. See, we gotten past the pylon yet? Yes, we did. Okay. All right, so we're past that pylon, so we're just gonna, we'll finish it, be able to finish it all up, and then we can do the plowing. And once we finish the mulching on this field, I'll set the mulcher up to go to the next field and get that done while we plow this field. Yeah, we're almost done. Yeah, it looks like they limed that field. You know what they say. I wouldn't mind having that field there too, but that'll cost a lot of money. And I will refill my coffee and I shall be right back. And just like that, I am back. Nothing like a nice, fresh cup of coffee to get you going in the morning. There we go. Yeah, I wouldn't mind having those two fields across the street there. That I really wouldn't mind. So one thing I do wonder is if Alien Jim is going to bring No Man's Land and Comlands over to Farming Simulator 25. And if he is, can he please increase the map size? Make it a little bigger. I like the bigger maps. I don't know why, I just do. I am sure we will see a lot of the current maps for Farming Simulator 22. I'm sure we're going to see those popping up in Farming Simulator 25 as well. That I have no doubt. Might take a little while. But I'm pretty sure we'll see them showing up. Okay. Working on this little curve right here. So we don't have much longer to mulch this field. Get all the mulching done on this field, and then while we got the other field mulching, we can do the plowing on this field. And then when the mulching on the other field's done, we plow that field. And then we line both fields and take the stone off. I wouldn't mind seeing county lines updated for Farming Simulator 25. I also wouldn't mind seeing the Nebraska lands map either come back. But please, I want to see somebody make the old Hazard County map from Dukes of Hazzard. That would be interesting. Just make it like a 4x or a 16x map so it's big enough. As we get close, as we continue closing in on being done the mulching on this field. Here we go. But yeah, those are definitely a couple of maps I'd love to see. Nebraska lands, Comlands, No Man's Land, county lines. Would love to see a map of Hazard County. Trying to think what other maps I've played on Farming Simulator 22 that I wouldn't mind seeing on Farming Simulator 25. This map, of course, Carpathian, the Carpathia map here. Or Carpathia farming map, rather. I'd love to see on FS25. Trying to think what other map. That's an interesting question. Well, maybe Upper Mississippi River Valley. Maybe I wouldn't mind seeing that map. That's not, we haven't really played on that map on this channel, but that's not too bad a map. It does have some things that need to be fixed, but it's not a bad map. My only critique of No Man's Land and Comlands is that it should be a bigger sized map, like a 4x map maybe. That would be my preference there. Although I suppose you could do, Alien Jim could probably do 2 versions of it if he really wanted to. This map, I don't know that I would really change all that much. I don't know that I'd change all that much of this map. I think it's a good map, for the most part. There, and to be fair, there is another one that I have played off camera that I just gotta think of the name of it. I have it in my map collection. There is another. I'll try to list it in the description, but the maps I'd love to see come to Farming Simulator 25. I'll make a list of them. I think that would be cool. There is another map. I just can't think of the name of it right now. But I have it in my collection. Oops, sorry. My mouse pad tends to move just a bit too much. And I can't blame my next door neighbor because unfortunately he passed away back in June. We are almost done mulching. Yeah, well, how far away from that pole? No, not that far. Alright, let's see if I can gauge. Did it actually come up to this? Alright, so it came right there. Well, maybe it is actually coming up right to the... Okay. It came up to the line on that side. Oh, interesting. So this side it actually... Huh. Okay, well, that's interesting. So this one, it actually... Just do these two sides here. Huh. Okay. What about down here? So if it did it there, I wonder if it did the same thing down here. Please tell me that it did. Because if it did, then we know how the mulching is going to work on this field. And it looks... No, there's a couple there. Alright, so it came out by one pass. Looks like one pass on that side. And... Alright, so it... One pass this side. It looks like... Okay. Alright, well that's not too bad. So I know then I can come down. So we can come down close to the line. I'll like save like a pass. Now that we kind of have an idea. I know the mulching is almost done. Back up, plow this edge all the way down to this point. Let me just check to see. Alright, so it's right here. Alright, so I want to go like to about here. Okay. This should help us kind of get an idea. All right, there we go. If we go to this point here, that should give us a boundary so that we can plow this top piece of the field. It's hard to judge because, well, be a lot easier once we know that it's plowed, that it's mulched. Alright, well, we now know. Got this up here we can do. I'll get the field a little bit plowed. Even just a little bit, folks. A little bit's better than none. There we go. There we go. See, I always have a hard time going in straight lines. Never could color in straight line within the lines either when I was a kid. But then again, I suppose in a lot of ways I probably was somebody people would consider a bit of a rebel when I was a kid. But hey, what are you gonna do, right? Oh, at least we get the top part of this field done. Not gotta worry about that. I'll come back and grab that piece. Not gonna worry about that. Get this all plowed up. Okay, there we go. We'll come back and grab this little piece down here. And at least we'll have this part of the field done. While we wait for the mulching to complete so that we can clean up around those pylons. And once that's done, we can plow up the rest of the field. Alright. I'll turn that off so we don't waste fuel. Oh, we're almost done. Yay! almost done. That's awesome sauce. Okay, so now all we got to do is go and clean up around those pylons, and then we can start the other field and get this field plowed. Okay, we're done. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this. Let me... Wait a minute. Did this side get done? Yeah, it did. Alright, so it is actually doing one of the two sides here. Okay. Alright, let me... I shall be right back, ladies and gents. I just need to get more cream for my coffee. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Had to grab more cream for the coffee and go to my other fridge to get it. Alright, so this side... Okay, so that side looks like it's the side that needs to be done here. Okay. So let's go ahead and we'll do that here. Since... Yeah, this side's cleaned up. So that's what it is doing. I didn't notice that before. Okay. Yeah, it kind of did actually do that. Alright. So let's do this. Let's go... We'll let the hired worker do this part. Now that we know where the problem is, what needs to be cleaned up, it should be able to fix that for us now. Yeah. Now, I don't know if it'll get the whole thing, but... Let's see how far it backs up. Back up to there. That's okay. That's okay. Clean up around this pole, and then we'll do the same with the other one. Okay. No, it would have been easier to just make this invisible. Or phantom. That is something I do hope map authors will think about in FS25, is making these pylons and telephone poles and things like that phantom, especially if they're going to be in the middle of a field. Alright, this pole's fine. Alright, let's go up to the other one and figure that one out. Where's the other? Because if it did that there and did one side of the pole, that means it did it here too. Okay, so is it this side that it did? Okay, so it looks like it did the same thing here. Okay. It did the same thing. Yeah. Yeah, it did the same thing. Alright, so it did the same thing there. So that now means we can line this bad boy up. Alright, we'll let it take care of it. We are not going to get this field completely plowed in this episode, and that's okay. That's kind of my fault, really. But at least we'll have this done, and we'll get the next field going. Alright, but now at least we do definitely know how it's going to handle it in the future. Looks like I probably need to do that piece there. But, you know, at least we'll be able to get this done. So I was getting more cream from my coffee. I happened to look outside and notice it was raining. It's okay. Rather it be rain as opposed to snow. Okay, now this should do the last bit going up. All right. All right, cool. So let's do this. And we'll do around the pole, the pylon. Keep forgetting you got some places so don't use telephone poles for their power lines. They use pylons, at least for the big ones. We use pylons too here in the U.S. It's just depends on where you are, really. Usually these big pylons, power towers, I like to call them. There, we got that done. Usually they will be, you'll find them in, we probably do actually have some here where I live, but I haven't seen them up here. But usually they're not going to be like on the main roads or anything like that here, so. If you're traveling down the highway or something, you'll go by a couple here and there. Alright, we'll let this field get going. We'll run back down here real fast, like. See how fast I can run. I can't run that fast. I used to be able to when I was younger. Used to be able to do a mile run in about 7 minutes. I know, it's not that fast. Alright, so now we got around these telephone lines done, we can... go ahead and... plow. Get the field plowed. Yeah, I did track and field when I was a kid. It was a good way for me to burn off some of the energy that built up over the day after sitting in class all day in school. And I enjoyed it. I think part of my problem when I was a kid, and I'm not saying like that I was innocent or anything, like a perfect child or anything like that. But I think part of my problem as a kid, when I was a kid, was I just had way too much energy. That happens. Sit there in class all day in school. Yeah. You're bound to have some steam you need to let off and energy you need to burn, so. I found out track and field did that for me. And I enjoyed it too, actually. Got to meet a lot of cool people along the way. And I wasn't in it to try to win medals or anything like that. Me, I was just in it to burn the energy. Alright, so let's do the edges of the field. And of course, with me, like in school, one of my problems was always I could never sit for too long in a class. Always drove me up a wall every single day. But I think that's most kids too, though. To be honest, I think a lot of kids are like that even today. They'll have a lot of energy. I had a guy, he was about in his 70s the other day. We got into a little argument, or disagreement, I should say. He's a good guy and everything. He kept trying to tell me during this little disagreement that my memory was off and all that. And he's probably about he's in his 70s, somewhere around there. And, I had to tell him, you know, if my memory was off, how come my memory when I was 2 years old, from when I was 2 years old, is spot on? And even my sisters would say it is. So, you know, he couldn't really answer that. But the reality is that memory can be spot on, but sometimes how you actually say things in the heat of the moment can make it seem like it's not when it really is. And you get to, I suppose when you get up there to like 70 or in your 60s and 70s, and you've seen a lot of the world, you tend to think that your memories are better than others, those that are younger than you. And so it happens. But anyway, I don't hold it against him. He's a good guy. And I like talking to people that are older. Because, you know, believe it or not, you can actually learn a lot of interesting things from them. From their experiences in life. And so I enjoy talking to people of all ages. Find I learn something from everybody. Regardless of age. And before we close out today, I will check our cow barn and make sure our cows are there. Pretty sure they are. If they're not, then that means we got a problem. Oh, actually, I could check that right now. Yeah, they're there. Okay. They are there. That's good. That's what I like to see. So when I redid the operating system, I must have backed up the wrong save. It happens. It won't be the first time I do that, and it won't be the last, I'm sure of that. So yeah, so anyway, I enjoy talking to people of all ages because you can actually learn a lot from them, and you know. Okay, well, like I said, I don't think we'll get this field fully plowed in this episode. We definitely won't get the other field fully mulched. But we'll have a start. On the plowing, that's good. There we go. Well, at least I'll have the edge of the field done. I like this plow. I honestly think this is the right size plow for me, to be honest. And I hope this plow will be in Farming Simulator 25, because I do think it's the right plow, the right size. I'm sure it will be. Okay. Get ourselves to the point where we can get around this tower easy enough. I'm going to call it a tower. We'll call it a power tower. That's one way to do it right there. Alright, let me just back you up. Do the side of the tower here. Power tower. Okay. Alright. That should be okay. Should be able to get the rest of it on the next round. So by the end of this episode, we'll have plowed around that first power tower, which we're almost done for this episode, so we'll try to get ourselves around that first power tower, and then we'll call it an episode there, and we'll continue on in the next episode. And there goes the audio again doing its thing. I apologize. The audio really should not be doing that. But a friend of mine did tell me it might actually not be me. It might actually be something with Realtek and Broadcom components on the motherboard. So, and I do actually have Realtek components. So it is that, you know, that might actually be what it is. Mix that with Microsoft doing what they're doing with Windows. Yeah, that might actually be it. Although it does it on, I've seen it do it on Linux too, so I don't know. I don't know. That one I'm not really sure about. But it is plausible. I do believe it. I do believe that there probably is something wrong with Realtek and Broadcom audio components. A lot of Intel computer-based motherboards do use Realtek and Broadcom. MSI, I think they use Realtek as well. So it could be the drive. It could be the components on the board. Alright, let's see if we can't get ourselves around this crazy little tower. Okay, I think we can. Alright, so let me just go down because I did miss a piece down here. And then we can work our way around. And before I do that, let me go ahead and just pause our silly timer so that I don't hear the stupid bell and scare myself half to death. Did that the other day. Had something with made a loud noise that scared the living daylights out of me. Okay. Don't really know why. Just did. Okay, we should be able to... Oh, we can get around it, so... I'll take one more pass, I think. We'll take one more pass to even it out. Let's see how we're doing. Ooh, yeah. Look at all that stone in there, my friends. Wow. Did not think there was that much stone in this field, but that's okay. It's going to be a good chunk that we'll be able to put in the stone crusher. Oh yeah, and before I forget, I did get asked the other day by somebody. Forget who it was now, but somebody asked me the other day if I had played any of the Star Wars games. And the answer to that is yes, I have. I grew up with Star Wars and Star Trek. I like both Star Wars and Star Trek. I am a fan of both. I am not so much a fan of the original series in Star Trek, but I don't hate it. But I am a fan of Star Wars and Star Trek, and I do. If I could find a decent game for those that I could play on the channel, then I probably would do so. All right, I'm gonna just go clear this other little piece up, and then we are technically around this power tower. I had to remember what we were calling it, because I don't want to call it what it actually is, just because the way it might sound with my speech. Okay. For those who don't know, I do have a little bit of dyslexia. And sometimes it causes me to say things the wrong way. So, if we can avoid that, it would be better. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I think we've gotten around the first power tower. And, we shall hop over to our mulcher. He's doing a good job. And we will go ahead and call it an episode there. We will finish up plowing our first cornfield in the next episode. And we'll probably get a good start on this one. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I do hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please be sure to hit the like and the subscribe button. Smash that bell notification icon to tell YouTube to let you know when the next video comes out. And be sure to share the link to the channel with your family, your friends, your colleagues, your coworkers, your pet kitty cat, pet puppy dog, pet parakeet, pet bunny rabbit, pet boa constrictor. Although I prefer a lizard over a snake any day of the week. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, by sharing the link to the channel, it does help the channel grow, and it helps our wonderful community grow. And I will see you all in the next episode of A Carpathian Farm. I do hope you have a safe, wonderful, and successful rest of your week. And for those of you going out tomorrow night trick-or-treating, if I don't talk to you before then, please be safe. Check those bags to make sure you don't have anything that shouldn't be in each of the bags. And if you are the ones handing out the candy, please make sure it's just candy or something nutritious and not anything that could do harm to others. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you in the next episode. Happy gaming!